This is the 5.08 quiz for U.S. History Part A. When you want to start your 5.08 quiz, please go to the left-hand side blue navigation bar and click on 5.08 quiz. It will give you an access button to click on, a few reminders, and then by clicking again, you'll be able to enter into your test. Please remember as you go through your quiz to save your answers as you go. When you get to the end, please make sure that you submit your quiz for grading so that it ends up successfully in the grade book and submitted to me. For this particular quiz, you have 12 questions in total. And I'm going to read the questions to you with the answer options. You will need to select the answer option that you believe is the correct answer for each one, all the way down to the bottom. And again, don't forget to hit submit for grading. Number 1, who became president in 1845 with plans to expand American territory? Andrew Jackson, Henry Clay, John Tyler, or James Polk? Number 2, why were many Americans in favor of going to war with Mexico? They knew the only way to annex Texas was to declare war on Mexico. They believed it was necessary in order to gain more territory. They needed territory where Native Americans they needed territory where Native Americans from the east could be resettled, or they thought that defeating Mexico would lead to the possession of Oregon. Number 3, which group describes major outcomes of the Mexican-American War? Group A, the United States gained New Mexico and California. Questions arose about whether new territory would be free or slave. The southernmost border of Texas was set at the Rio Grande. The United States gained territory in present-day Utah, Arizona, and Nevada. Group B, the United States gained territory in present-day Kansas, Oklahoma, and Colorado. California and New Mexico were admitted to the Union as slave states. The Nueces River was established as the southernmost border of Texas, and the United States gained California and New Mexico. Was it Group A or Group B? Number 4, all of the following are results of the California Gold Rush except San Francisco quickly grew into a small city. California's population became very diverse. Most people who came seeking gold struck it rich. The issue of bringing new territories into the Union arose. Which of the following describes territorial expansion of the United States between 1824 and 1853? The United States acquired Oregon, California, and Texas and admitted Utah and New Mexico as states. The United States acquired Texas, California, the region between Texas and California and Oregon. The United States acquired Texas and Oregon and admitted Washington and Oregon as states. Or the last option, the United States acquired California, Oregon, and the region north of Texas. Number 6, the 19th century belief by Americans that it was their country's right and duty to expand west to the Pacific Ocean was referred to as the Coast to Coast Plan, Apparent Destiny, Manifest Destiny, or Manifest Fate. Number 7, how did fur traders help in the westward expansion of the United States? The fur trade required a large workforce to be profitable. They worked as scouts bringing settlers out of the Pacific Northwest. They established forts along the Oregon Trail that protected settlers moving west, or the trails they established to move their furs east were later used by pioneers. Number 8, why did relations between the Mexican government and American settlers in Texas begin to deteriorate? Settlers refused to convert to Catholicism or free their slaves. Settlers refused to pay for their land they settled on. Mexican officials did not allow the settlers to grow cotton, or the Mexican settlers began attacking American settlements. Number 9, match each of the following traits with its correct description. 1 is the Oregon Trail, 2 is the Mormon Trail, and 3 is the Santa Fe Trail. Which one of those matches ended in Utah for letter A? Letter B is primary route to the Pacific Northwest. Would that be the 1, the Oregon Trail, 2, the Mormon Trail, or 3, the Santa Fe Trail? The last option is C, used mostly by traders. Would that be 1, the Oregon Trail, 2, the Mormon Trail, or 3, the Santa Fe Trail? Remember, you have to select the group here that correctly represents the matched pair of all of these relationships. Number 10, which of the following describes what life was like for pioneers traveling west along the Oregon and Mormon trails? Life was very much like it was back home, with the wagon taking the place of a cabin. Settlers faced new challenges, but traveling was relatively easy and most everyone did fine. Travelers faced many threats, but the workload was light and people hardly ever got sick. Or the last option, severe weather, hostile Indians, and illness resulted in a difficult and sometimes deadly trip. Number 11, which religious group immigrated to present day Utah in order to avoid persecution? Were they the Puritans, the Franciscans, the Evangelicals, or the Mormons? Number 12, which of the following correctly shows events leading up to the annexation of Texas? Did it happen in this order? For letter A, Moses Austin leads 3,000 families to Texas. Then the Mexican government abolishes slavery. Santa Anna storms into the Alamo and San Antonio. The Texans massacre 250 Mexican soldiers at Goliad. Then the Texans defeat Santa Anna and create a republic. And then finally, the Texas Congress votes to accept the U.S. offer of annexation. Or did the timeline happen this way? Stephen Austin receives a land grant. Texan and Mexican forces clash at Gonzales. Texans declare independence. Santa Anna surrenders at the San Jacinto River. Sam Houston is elected president of the Republic of Texas. And the last one, the Texas Congress votes to accept the U.S. offer of annexation. Or is it letter C? Stephen Austin receives a land grant. Texan and Mexican forces clash at San Jacinto. Texans declare independence. Santa Anna signs treaties, recognizes an independent Texas. And then the Texas Congress votes to accept the U.S. offer of annexation. Once you've finished your quiz, make sure that you again save your answers and then submit for grading. Good luck!